Much. Well, Simplify, guys. We got some, it sounds like we got some fans and some haters. That's okay.
Yep, you heard JD Vance getting booed right there in a disastrous speech he gave in Boston before the Firefighters Union Conference. That was the same venue where Governor Walz spoke yesterday, where Governor Walz got a huge round of applause. Let me play it for you one more time. Listen carefully. You'll hear JD Vance call the firefighters haters. Play the clip.
Much. Well, Simplify, guys. We got some, it sounds like we got some fans and some haters. That's okay.
Then JD Vance gets booed again as he tries to claim that he and Donald Trump are the most pro-worker presidential ticket in history. Play this clip.
Now, President Trump and I are proud to be the most pro-worker Republican ticket in history. And I want to talk about why we're fighting for working people, why we're going to fight for unions and non-union alike.
I mean, quite literally, Donald Trump did everything while he was in office to try to destroy unions. I mean, he put people on the Labor Relations Board who were anti-union. Donald Trump and JD Vance have literally killed legislation that would help you in every aspect. They're the worst possible people when it comes to unions. Donald Trump was bragging with Elon Musk how Elon Musk fired striking union workers because they were striking. I could go on and on and on. Here, JD Vance, during that same speech, talks about how you can really judge the Republican Party and he and Donald Trump by the people who spoke at the Republican National Convention. He said, like Hulk Hogan. Then he makes some horrible joke about Hulk Hogan ripping off his shirt, and he goes, "Don't worry, I won't rip off my shirt." Oh, okay, JD, one, we don't ever want to see that, number one, and two, that's just not funny. Here, play this clip.
Republican and Democrat conventions we just had, it says a lot who each party chose to put up on that stage. At the Republican convention, we were featuring everyday American workers, and of course, we had Hulk Hogan. And while it's tempting, and I'm sure it would make some big headlines, don't worry, everybody, I'm not going to try to take off my shirt here.
Just to remind you of the main speaker at the Republican National Convention before Donald Trump spoke, Hulk Hogan, this is what happened at the Republican National Convention. This is real. This is not the movie Idiocracy. This actually happened at the Republican National Convention. Let's play this clip.
All you lowlifes, all you scumbags, all you drug dealers, and all you crooked politicians need to answer one question, brother. What you gonna do when Donald Trump and all the Trumpomaniacs run wild on you?
JD Vance has just been giving the worst speeches over the past 48 hours as well. Like here, he calls Abbey Gate Abbey Road. Play this clip.
Ma'am, I don't need a teleprompter. I've actually got thoughts in my head, unlike Kamala Harris, who had their loved ones die 3 years ago at Abbey Road. They had...
And he would just like awkwardly laugh over and over. Play this clip. Here is JD Vance walking around and he was like sweating, and then he just started like trying to act cool by cursing and saying like it's a scorch or shit. He like cursed randomly. Play the clip.
What's up, guys? It's a scorcher out there. Holy shit. Good to see y'all. You're all sweating, I can see. Yeah, seriously. Thanks, Taylor. All right, we'll go left to right. Yeah, man.
He makes this awful joke about Pokemon cards. Play the clip.
He is, I will say, the best grandmother that my kids could ask for. They are 7, 4, and 2. Spoils them a little bit too much. Mom, no more Pokemon cards in front of 1,000 people. No more Pokemon cards. The kids have got enough.
And then in the past 24 hours, this audio leaked about him saying horrific things about teachers. Play this clip.
Should a woman be forced to carry a child to term after she has been the victim of incest or rape?
Look, my view on this has been very clear, and I think the question betrays a certain presumption that's wrong. It's not whether a woman should be forced to bring a child to term, it's whether a child should be allowed to live, even though the circumstances of that child's birth are somehow inconvenient or a problem to the society.
And in the speech that he gave also recently, he talked about like, what are you feeding these guys? Give me what you're feeding them, because he doesn't know how to relate to human beings. Play the clip.
I gotta get whatever we fed these guys behind me. They're having a good time.
He then makes some weird joke about Vice President Kamala Harris being vice principal and not the vice president or something stupid. Play the clip.
Now, while we're on the subject of their convention, she said something else at her convention. She said, and I don't know if you paid attention here, she said there are going to be extremely serious consequences for voting for Donald Trump. Now, Kamala, I've got two responses to that. First of all, that is not a very presidential thing to say. Is she the vice president or the vice principal, warning about very serious consequences, whining at people for telling a joke instead of trying to persuade them that she deserves to be their president? I'm sick of people like that. But second, it's the substance, because the extremely serious consequences, Kamala, have come from your leadership as vice president of the United States. Americans can't afford groceries because of your leadership, Kamala. Young people can't afford homes.
It's tough to keep track of all the transactions we make every month. Did you know that the average American makes around 70 payments per month? Honestly, I couldn't even guess how much I was spending until I started using Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that empowers you to save more, spend less, and take control of your financial life. With Rocket Money, you could see all of your checking, savings, credit cards, and investments all in one convenient place, allowing you to understand your spending trends. Rocket Money can help you set up a custom budget by identifying top spending categories and suggesting areas where you could adjust your spending habits. They'll calculate your monthly spending allowance and alert you when you're close to going over budget so you could save more and spend less. I was shocked to see how much I was spending on my phone bill, and Rocket Money helped me make the right decision for my finances. They also have a goals feature that automatically saves money for you so you don't even have to think about it. Whether your goal is to pay off credit card debt, save up for a house, or just keep more money in your pocket, Rocket Money makes it easy. And here's the kicker: Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you, sometimes by up to 20%. Saving money on your cable and cell phone bill without the hassle? That's a win. Rocket Money has over 5 million happy members and has saved users over $1 billion across all their apps features. That's 1 billion with a B. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Get Rocket Money today at rocketmoney.com/MeidasTouch. That's rocketmoney.com/MeidasTouch. rocketmoney.com/MeidasTouch. MEIDASTOUCH.
He then gives a speech where he says Vice President Kamala Harris should go to hell. Play this clip.
Kamala Harris is disgraceful. We're going to talk about a story out of those 13 brave, innocent Americans who lost their lives. It's that Kamala Harris is so asleep at the wheel that she won't even do an investigation into what happened, and she wants to yell at Donald Trump because he showed up. She can go to hell.
I don't even understand what he's saying here. He's saying that, is she trying to get my job? Does she want to be the VP for Donald Trump? I don't, listen, tell me if you even know what he's saying. Play this clip.
Now, the president actually just called me. I was sitting back there backstage, and the president called me, and he said, you know, the crazy thing is, JD, that Kamala Harris, she's pretending that she agrees with us on everything. And if you look at her campaign the past week and a half, she pretends that she agrees with Donald J. Trump on every issue. She is running a copycat campaign. And I said, Mr. President, I think I figured out what's going on. She wants my job. She's realizing that they don't have any chance. She's going to ditch Tim Walz, and she wants to run alongside Donald Trump. She's pretending she agrees with you on everything. But we can't let her pretend, ladies and gentlemen. We have to remind people of the real record.
Then JD Vance said that he thought that there was really nothing wrong about the Trump campaign attacking a worker at Arlington Cemetery to try to do a commercial, using Arlington Cemetery for a Trump campaign commercial. Play this clip.
Well, I think, first of all, the altercation at Arlington Cemetery is the media creating a story where I really don't think that there is one. There is verifiable evidence. There is verifiable evidence that the campaign was allowed to have a photographer there. There's verifiable, they were invited to have a photographer there. There's verifiable evidence that the families of these poor people who had their loved ones die 3 years ago at Abbey Road, they had, Abbey Gate, those 13 Americans, a lot of them were there with the president. They invited him to be there and to support them. That's not an insult to the memories of their loved ones. They wanted Donald Trump there, and thank God that we have a president who stands with our veterans instead of one who runs away from them. Now
Here JD Vance says that again. Play the clip.
Now it is amazing to me that you have apparently somebody at Arlington Cemetery, some staff member, had a little disagreement with somebody, And the media has turned this into a national news story. You know what I think our veterans care a lot more about? That Kamala Harris's VP nominee lied about his military service. I think that our veterans care a lot more about that.
And then JD Vance is like, it's not like we're trying to film a commercial or anything like that. Play the clip.
You guys in the media, you're acting like Donald Trump filmed a TV commercial at a gravesite. He was there providing emotional support to a lot of brave Americans who lost loved ones they never should have lost. And there happened to be a camera there, and somebody gave him permission to have that camera there.
Yes, JD, you were literally making a commercial. That's what you were doing. And let me just show you this. This is Governor Walz speaking in Boston, just so you can contrast it. Here's Governor Walz. Play this clip.
As a union member, our union halls are the purest form of democracy. The opportunity to speak your mind, elect leadership, speak what you want on your platform, and then go advertise or go advocate for it. That's how democracy is supposed to work. These are folks that want to make it difficult to do that. Little things. We should be able to make sure that government is there to make sure that corporations have to keep our air and water clean. You can make money and still protect water and protect air. We believe that people should be free to get a good education that puts them into the middle class, not crippling debt for a lifetime. And we believe that our kids should be free to go to school without worrying about being shot dead in their halls. Now, I want to say something about this. I know guns. I'm a 24-year veteran. I'm a hunter. I was one of the best shots in Congress, and I got the trophies to prove it. I could outshoot them every year. But I'm not going to stand by and let someone say that this is about the Second Amendment when our first responsibility is protection of our kids. It is not a false choice. We can have and protect the Second Amendment and keep guns out of our schools that are killing our kids and do things right.
Here's another clip of Governor Walz speaking before the Firefighters Union. Play this one.
But I want to be clear. It's your neighbors. It's our friends that have been in this. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about Trump, Vance, and this group that's around them. Because some of you in here with no or gray hair like me can remember when Republicans actually stood for and talked about freedom. We know they're there. We know those are our relatives. But it turns out that this guy means that freedom should be for the freedom of government to go into your exam room and tell you about your choices. You've heard me say it. This is not hard. In Minnesota, we respect our neighbors and we respect their personal choices. Now look, it's not difficult. I might not agree with my neighbor's choices or make the same one. But this country's great because we have a golden rule that makes things work. We mind our own damn business on those things. We mind our own damn business. Why would you think I need your advice to tell me what books I can and cannot read, or when to have a family, or how to have a family, or what religion to worship, or how to organize? You stay in your lane and I'll stay in mine. That's not that difficult.
Finally, here's Governor Walz one more time. Play this clip.
Look, I'll keep saying it. Words are cheap. Actions is all you should care about. Make sure you're counting on what was delivered. When Donald Trump was president, he blocked overtime benefits for millions of workers. He opposed efforts to raise the minimum wage, and he even proposed slashing budgets for federal fire service programs. Those are just simply facts. But look, it's not just what they've done, it's what they're going to do. This is the big thing. One of the goals of their Project 2025 is to screw the middle class, making it harder for workers to collectively bargain, allowing employers to drastically cut overtime or eliminate it, slash taxes for the ultra-wealthy by imposing a national sales tax on the rest of us. Look, I've said this, I'm an old-time football coach. If you draw up a playbook, you plan on using it. Project 2025 is a plan to reshape what America looks like, moving away from the middle class and putting it right back on the oligarchs and the wealthy at the top. He said he's going to repeal the Affordable Care Act. That thing is pre-existing conditions. Those are things that make sure that our family gets health care. And for many of our families, and I know you don't get to participate in it, but your families do, my mom does, Social Security and Medicare are life-saving programs for them. Instead of funding those programs, they talk about cutting them. So here, this is what I always say. If you got $1 billion, you don't give a damn if your Social Security check shows up. But if you're like my mom, that's how you pay for your food. That's how you pay for your heat. That's how things get done. So that check, pretty damn important to protect it.
By the way, this guy Sam Khan on TikTok, he does a great JD. Let me show it to you. Here, play it.
I'm enjoying a leisurely stroll in the park as a human does, and I thought I would interact with some other humans that I come across. Here comes one now. Hello, I'm JD Vance. I'm running for vice president.
Hi, it's nice to meet you.
So how long have you been walking for?
Today or in general?
Okay, good.
Wait.
I think this is going pretty good so far. Oh, I spot a motherly figure with a smaller human being. Hi, I'm JD Vance. How old are you, little girl?
I'm 8.
8? Oh, wow, I was 8 once. How about you, Mom? Were you ever 8?
Was I ever 8?
Okay, good.
Mom, can we go home? Yes, honey, run to the car.
Oh, would you look at that? Another human being with a smaller creature attached to a leash. Hi, I'm JD Vance. What's that?
Are you asking what kind of breed he is?
For how long?
For how old he is or how long I've had him?
How long have you been walking?
I'm sorry, are you asking how our walk?
Okay, good. I love to mingle with the people. Here comes another one now. Hi, I'm JD Vance. How did you install those little wheels under your feet?
You mean my rollerblades?
Okay, good. So how long have you been walking?
Walking where?
Okay, good. My vessel is starting to crave food. I think the next person that I encounter, I'm going to ask them where a donut shop is. Hi, I'm JD Vance, vice president running. Nearest donut shop location, please.
That'll be Beanie's on 7th Street.
JD Vance rerouting. Thanks. Okay, good.
All right, have a good day.
Anyway, folks, let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers together. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.